Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my show, Real Stories Behind Real Estate. And today we have Mr. Dennis Velasco, the CEO of Prosperna.com, to share with us his story of what brought him to the Philippines and what Prosperna is all about. So Dennis, tell us a little something about your background. You were living the American dream in the US. So what brought you to the Philippines? What made you come back or come home to the Philippines?
Yeah, that's a great question. In fact, I get that question a lot. For some reason, I fell in love with the Philippines when I was 12 years old, actually. So when my dad brought me back to the Philippines when I was a young kid around that age, and of course, life in the Philippines, as you know it, is all about big families, big get-togethers, and compared to the U.S., where you live in your quiet, quaint little neighborhood and street, and you're the only Filipino yet Asian-looking person around you. When I was 12, I came out here and I was like, oh my gosh, I've got all this family. It was just fun as a young kid to be around all my cousins. So from there, just to fast forward, of course, I was very blessed to meet my wife after traveling and living in the Philippines. After my first corporate stint of 5 years of working with a software company, and fate just had its way. And then I had this goal along with my wife that hopefully one day we will really be able to be blessed and have that gift of having the experience of living in the West and hopefully owning a home in America, preferably San Francisco, California. And then one day being able to afford also a home here in the Philippines, because living in the Philippines is better and is more fun, and if timing is right, a lot of magical and awesome things could happen.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
That's for sure. At all aspects, family, just travel, things to see, and business too. So
Dennis, tell us about your experience in buying real estate in the Philippines.
Oh,
How was it? Was it good? Was it bad?
It's different.
It's different. How different was it?
Very weird. Let me tell you how it went. So naturally, we were living in the U.S. And it takes a lot of effort and a lot of time to move your family and all of your things and your entire life across the entire world. And so basically we had to rely on the internet, right, to make a pretty significant purchase, especially with my wife. You know how Filipino women are, right?
Of course.
So of course she wanted the best, and so we just went online and started searching. And she was from Pasig, and for me, I did not want to live in Pasig, right? So we had a little struggle there.
Why did you choose to live in the South?
So in my words, I would say the South is the closest thing to a American suburb. Right? So it's not too far from the city, it's accessible, but it's a better quality of life from open spaces, green. It's just more, chill than kind of the other cities. So, so that's why we chose the South. And so since I was traveling back and forth, setting up our company and business, I would only have about 2 to 3 weeks every time I would travel here. And so my time was limited, and that can put a lot of stress and pressure on buying a home.
I could imagine. Time pressure.
Yeah, and luckily at that time, we were just coming off of the tail of the real estate crisis. So that was 7, 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
And so prices were pretty good compared to what they are now, right? So timing was on our side, considering we were able to get in at a very good, I think, rate, just looking back. So the challenges were pretty frustrating because I would look at lots or properties being advertised online on these property listing sites, and of course upon inquiry, those I just somehow found that many of those lots weren't available, right? And so why are these properties being promoted if they're not available?
Exactly.
Because when you are actually at the point of wanting to buy, I have a time frame.
Yes.
Starting a business, I've got to coordinate schools and moving my entire life. You know, it takes some timing, right? So it's frustrating because those lots weren't available. And when we see something, corner lot, cul-de-sac, in this neighborhood, just to find out that it's not available.
It sounds perfect, but it's not available.
Yeah, it's not available. And then not only that, but you hear horror stories about properties with fake titles.
Yes.
And clearly, you know, there's some risk if you don't know what you're doing, don't have the proper due diligence. So I always was always asking for certified true copies of titles. Nevertheless, we were able to literally find the lot in the neighborhood that we wanted, and within 3 weeks we made our decision. So I think that broker who we were working with was pretty lucky, right?
Yeah.
Number one, we found him online. He had no idea who we were.
Exactly.
Right? So that's the power of technology that helped this particular broker. And then second, you know, we were ready to buy. We had a motivation to buy, and we acted on it within 3 weeks. So that guy was, you know, just
lucky
yeah,
him, huh?
going, you know.
What happened to him?
Interestingly enough, and now that, you know, we've built software to help enable and empower the real estate industry, I just find it so odd that, I mean, I think we were a good qualified buyer, right? And I've never heard from the broker after that sale. Ever again.
You just got his commission and bye.
Yeah.
So tell us about Prosperna and tell us how it came about.
Yeah. So Prosperna is a marketing and sales platform, and it specifically focuses on the real estate industry so that we can help professionals like yourself improve the way they market using social media, automate how they stay in touch using email marketing and SMS marketing, so that you can build a digital relationship and therefore have a successful real estate business using technology. So we came up with the idea primarily because of my experience, and I found a huge gap, and I said, hey, I think we could solve a lot of the problems that the real estate industry, companies and professionals alike are facing, right? So they can level up their game. So so that's how the idea came about. Started pitching it to some of the big real estate companies, and they were very receptive. And so it was just surprising, but timing and action. Because again, the real estate industry in the Philippines is obviously on its way up. And it's growing so rapidly that a lot of these companies and professionals are still stuck and lagging behind. Because it does take time to start adopting. So we wanted to make sure that we could address those first and be the best at it for our country and for the industry.
Yes. I've met Dennis Velasco last year, I think when you were starting out. I think when I received this email, I think he emailed all of us brokers, and I thought, you know, this is the answer to my prayer. And I just replied back, please call me. And I think, and we became fast friends since then. And I'm just so happy and grateful for Prosperna, for Dennis Velasco. They are the answer to my prayer. They are like a genie in the bottle. Like everything I want or I wish for, like I want a website, I want a business email, I want a blog, I want my own YouTube channel. And
well, just so you know, clearly, you know, it's really a thanks to the team. We've got
of course, awesome Prosperna team.
Yeah, going on almost 30 people who are really just 100% focused on the real estate industry. So we're glad to have you as a customer, and of course, it's exciting to see you succeed and accomplish all these great things as a role model for the rest of the industry. But yeah, I do remember that phone call, and we did hit it off famously.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
I was like, oh my God, somebody gets it.
Yes.
Right?
Like, yeah, we actually connected. Yeah, right away.
So that's good. I'd rather get into the real estate industry and market in its early days so I can see it grow and be a part of the economic growth of it.
Which is what you're doing right now.
Which is
this stage.
Yeah,
right?
very luckily, we made that decision. As I mentioned earlier, good things have happened, and we're very blessed to have that gift.
Congratulations, Dennis. Prosperna is the answer to my prayer. You are a blessing to all of us here, real estate brokers in the Philippines. Congratulations.
You're welcome,
and
and thank you.
And thank you for my award as the Prosperna Broker of the Year. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be the first recipient of this award. And thank you so much, everyone, for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.